It was a crisp autumn morning in downtown New York, the sunlight spilling between the towering glass skyscrapers, reflecting off the golden leaves scattered on the sidewalk. The streets buzzed with early commuters, the smell of fresh coffee mixing with the faint exhaust of passing cars. Amidst this urban symphony, Ethan walked with a calm demeanor, his hazel eyes scanning the street as if appreciating every small detail. His charcoal gray blazer fitted him perfectly over a pale blue shirt, and his navy trousers complemented the soft brown of his polished shoes. There was an effortless grace in the way he moved, a gentle humility that made him seem approachable despite his quiet success as a junior architect. Next to him, Ryan strode with a controlled energy, jet black hair falling in sharp contrast against his pale skin. His green eyes flicked constantly, measuring, comparing, and seeking validation from every reflection he could find in shop windows. The black leather jacket over his deep burgundy shirt clung to his toned shoulders, paired with ripped black jeans that gave him an edge of rebellious charm. His smirk hinted at an underlying envy, a restless urge to always be noticed. Even as he bumped into a passerby, his irritation was fleeting, masked quickly behind an air of composed arrogance. As they entered a cozy sidewalk cafe adorned with hanging fairy lights and rustic wooden tables, Ethan greeted the barista with a warm smile, his voice soft yet sincere, complimenting her necklace. Ryan barely glanced up, preoccupied with the reflection of his jacket in the glass, adjusting it impatiently. The subtle contrast was striking. Ethan's humbleness radiated without effort, while Ryan's subtle jealousy hovered in the room like a silent storm. They ordered their coffees, their conversation polite but layered with unspoken tension, each unaware of how deeply the day would test their character. Outside, the autumn breeze carried the scent of roasted chestnuts from a nearby vendor, swirling around the two friends as they walked to their favorite bench in the small park adjacent to the cafe. Ethan paused to watch a stray dog approach a child, kneeling gently to pet it, his hazel eyes soft with genuine warmth. Ryan, meanwhile, scrolled through his social media feed, his green eyes catching every post of success from peers, a flicker of envy crossing his otherwise composed face. In these small actions, the stage was set for a story of humility meeting jealousy, where every choice, glance, and gesture would ripple far beyond this single morning. The following morning, Ethan entered the glass-walled office of the prestigious architectural firm, the hum of computers and soft chatter creating a calm rhythm. He greeted colleagues with his gentle smile, nodding politely to each as he made his way to his workstation. His hazel eyes lingered on a newly finished blueprint displayed on a large easel, appreciating the harmony of lines and angles. Dressed in a light gray shirt tucked into navy trousers with a charcoal blazer hanging neatly on the back of his chair, Ethan exuded quiet confidence, his humility shining through in the way he admired others' work alongside his own. Ryan arrived moments later, his green eyes scanning the office like a hawk. His black leather jacket was already draped over the back of his chair, burgundy shirt slightly untucked at the hem, ripped black jeans and black sneakers giving him a casual yet assertive appearance. As he glanced at Ethan's workspace, a pang of jealousy coursed through him. The subtle brilliance of Ethan's design drew admiration from the team, and Ryan felt an unspoken competition spark within him. He smiled, but his eyes betrayed a restless dissatisfaction, the envy tightly coiled beneath his outward charm. During the mid-morning meeting, Ethan's humble suggestion for a sustainable building design was met with nods and quiet approval. He explained his ideas clearly but without self-promotion, his calm tone carrying authority and respect. Ryan, seated beside him, shifted uncomfortably, his green eyes darting between Ethan and the senior architects. He had a similar concept but craved recognition, and watching Ethan quietly garner admiration without demanding it stoked his jealousy further. The room's warm fluorescent lights highlighted Ethan's composed expression and Ryan's subtle frustration equally, capturing the contrast in their personalities. By lunch, the tension had subtly escalated. Ethan chose a small bench outside near a fountain, unpacking a simple homemade sandwich, appreciating the warmth of the sun on his face. Ryan, seated across, opened a fancy takeout container, glancing occasionally at Ethan's calm demeanor and the subtle attention he drew from passing colleagues. The envy simmered beneath Ryan's composed facade, and Ethan, sensing the slight tension, simply offered him a piece of his sandwich with a smile, a gesture of genuine humility that deepened the unspoken complexity between them. Over the next few weeks, the contrast between Ethan's quiet brilliance and Ryan's restless competitiveness became more pronounced. The firm announced a high-profile client seeking innovative designs for a new skyscraper, and both men were asked to present their concepts individually. Ethan spent his evenings meticulously refining every detail, not for recognition, but for the joy of creating something meaningful. His hazel eyes softened as he reviewed sketches late at night, the dim light of his small apartment casting gentle shadows across the minimalist interior. His charcoal gray blazer folded neatly on a chair, navy trousers hung over it, a mug of tea steaming beside him. Ryan, on the other hand, thrived under pressure differently. His green eyes scanned countless online portfolios, seeking inspiration to outshine Ethan. His black leather jacket draped over the back of a chair, burgundy shirt wrinkled from hours of pacing, ripped jeans faded at the knees. His obsession with being recognized consumed him, even as his skill matched Ethan's, the envy simmering like an invisible fire. The city skyline outside his window glimmered, reflecting the tension and ambition burning in his chest, each reflection reminding him of the subtle admiration Ethan attracted without effort. When the presentation day arrived, Ethan approached the client with his usual calm demeanor, hazel eyes gentle yet confident, his charcoal blazer perfectly fitted, light gray shirt neatly tucked into navy trousers, polished brown shoes quietly making a soft sound on the marble floor. He presented his design with quiet enthusiasm, highlighting sustainable materials and innovative community spaces, drawing attention through substance rather than showmanship. Ryan followed, green eyes sparkling with determination, black leather jacket over burgundy shirt, ripped jeans stylish yet casual, delivering a confident pitch, but the subtle tension in his posture betrayed his underlying jealousy. Afterward, the client's subtle smile and nods of approval were noticed by both. Ethan's humility shone. He thanked the client quietly and returned to his seat, content. Ryan's envy flared, though he masked it with a polite handshake, green eyes flicking toward Ethan's composed demeanor. The quiet admiration Ethan received, without desire or claim, ignited a simmering conflict that neither had openly acknowledged, setting the stage for a deeper emotional confrontation between humbleness and jealousy. Later that evening, Ryan found himself wandering the city streets alone, the orange glow of streetlights reflecting off wet asphalt from a recent rain. His green eyes were restless, thoughts looping around Ethan's effortless composure and the praise he had received. Each reflection in the shop windows reminded him of his own desire to be admired, igniting a quiet frustration. He paused on a small bridge overlooking the river, the skyline mirrored in the water, shadows playing across his sharp features. The black leather jacket and burgundy shirt soaked slightly from drizzle, ripped jeans clinging to his legs. Ethan, meanwhile, took a quiet walk through the park near his apartment, navy trousers slightly creased from the day, charcoal blazer slung casually over one arm, light gray shirt sleeves rolled, hazel eyes soft as he watched children play, dogs chase fallen leaves, the golden autumn light fading into warm street lamps. He reflected on the events of the day, not with comparison, but with gratitude for his craft and the joy of creating meaningful designs. The contrast between them was stark, one at peace with himself, the other caught in the coils of envy. The next morning, Ryan hesitated outside Ethan's door, black leather jacket zipped up, burgundy shirt neat, ripped jeans visible, hands twitching slightly. Ethan opened the door, smiling gently, hazel eyes warm, offering a cup of coffee. No words were needed. The gesture alone spoke of humility, a simple reminder that recognition earned through selfless dedication often outweighed the need for outward approval. Ryan's green eyes softened briefly, the tension in his shoulders easing, yet he knew the path to overcoming jealousy would require more than a single act. By the weekend, both men met at the small park again. Ethan's calm presence and kind gestures slowly chipped away at Ryan's envy. He began to realize that humility was not weakness, but quiet strength, and that his own jealousy was a choice he could learn to rise above. The golden sunlight through autumn leaves illuminated Ethan's gentle face, hazel eyes gleaming with understanding, while Ryan, black jacket and burgundy shirt now relaxed, green eyes thoughtful, felt a small but profound shift within himself, the first real step toward growth and friendship.